MaJaMa Jams is brought to you by... Oh, no, children, no.
There are only 4 seasons in one year. Autumn or fall. Winter. Spring. And summer. And they are easy to remember thanks to the mnemonic TAOFSIOYAOFWSAS. They are also all memorable for their unique characteristics. Autumn or fall, for its red leaves falling off of the trees. And for Thanksgiving. Winter, for Christmas, and for being chilly. Spring, for the leaves going back on the trees, and for better movies in the theaters. And summer, for the sun, ice creams, the beach, murder, and vacations. So remember, TAOFSIOYAOFWSAS.
MaJaMa. MaJaMa.
Welcome back, everyone, to MaJaMa Jams, a show where we discuss other people's work to avoid doing our own. And guys, welcome back to our 5-week-long spooky season celebration. As you may have noted if you watched last time, we actually get five Thursdays in October this week, culminating in the last Thursday being actual Halloween. We are very excited about that around here. You can see we've got some spooky season props here on the paper-filled couch, and this is week 2. And oh my goodness, we have quite a humdinger of a crap-tacular piece of cinema today, guys.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So I didn't even know about this, but I am of the time period that I grew up with the very iconic, one may say a companion piece to 1996's Scream. It was 1990... Thank you. 1997's I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. And in retrospect, we have...
I Know What You Did Last Summer.
I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Thank you, Matthew. It was
98.
1997's I Know What You Did Last Summer.
98, I Still Know What You Did Last Summer.
Next year. In retrospect, the very, very iconic cast of Sarah Michelle Gellar, Jennifer Love Hewitt, Freddie Prinze Jr., Prince, and Ryan Phillippe.
In the first one.
In the first one.
Because
that's the only one.
Phillippe?
In the second one, we have Jack Black with the dreadlocks.
Philippine.
Philippine
with
Ryan
something.
Philippines. But guys, I did not know, even with how iconic that is to my age group, I did not know that there was actually a third movie.
So you knew what they did last summer, but you didn't know.
I knew what they did last summer. I still knew what they did last summer,
But
I wasn't sure if I would always know what they did last summer. Now, this is from 2006, right before me and Matthew left out here for Cali in 2007. I had no idea this existed, guys, and I'll always know what you did last summer.
No one knows.
I know.
Although a good subtitle, Mateo, might be Pacific Sunwear, the movie. Matthew says
It's
more.
not
I'm sorry.
Pacific.
Matthew says that's not the right joke. He says American Eagle, the movie.
Pacific Sun. Oh, Pac Sun.
Aeropostale, the movie.
He's wearing an American Eagle shirt.
This movie is 2006 as Fluck, and another subtitle could be Disgusting Ugly Filter, the movie.
No, forgot to apply
any filter. The cinematographer is a sadist.org, the movie. This movie is so visually ugly that I think what we're going to do for you guys is spend the entire hour discussing why the cinematographer should be murdered.
Don't tell him how long it's going to be.
Find the cinematographer's name and shoot him in the streets like a vile dog. Now,
what about the director?
We're going back to what I like to do.
The director has an excuse because apparently he was hired 3 weeks before they start shooting because the original director
killed himself.
I don't know. Was unavailable. Let's say like this.
Matthew,
I have no idea exactly.
We're going to kick back to my old beloved tradition of having you explain this to the audience, also because I know both of you are, but Matthew really loves 90s horror. He's a big horror head. He claims it all the time.
It's not the 90s, you idiot.
He really thinks the Babadook is great.
That's like 2004. I
thought it was a little slow.
It's already in the
17.
Matthew,
And
as
the
I
Babadook
sip
is great.
from my special Halloween cup.
You just dripped all over your shirt.
Oh, God.
You had that
Wow,
problem
2
last
weeks in,
week,
it
too.
still hasn't gotten any better. Matthew, will you please tell our
You should
beloved...
tilt your straw up higher.
You should tilt your
Like
dick
Mateo-
up higher when you're fucking men.
Look at Mateo's straw. That's how you're supposed to have an erect straw. Why is yours limping like that? Look, it's about to dribble. It's about to dribble.
Listen,
It's about to dribble.
Mateo is more of a man than I am, and we've all known that since day one. In fact, most males on this planet are more of a man than I am. Even you, and you're a homosexual, and you're still more of a man than me. It's crazy. How does that work? Science.
But are you a man at night?
My philosophy is if you're a man at night, you got to be a man in the morning. So
What did he say? I'm a man at night. What is it?
You know, I'm a man at night and a man in the morning.
I can't do it. My lash is gonna come off.
A man at night, but also a man in the morning. Matthew, please tell our beloved audience what I'll Always Knew What You Did Last Summer is about. If you can remember a single detail from this completely unremarkable cast of white people that looked like they were spat out by an AI after saying, what did 2006 look like? Matthew, the floor is yours. Actually his, because he owns the condo. Third time for that joke.
We open on some generic white kids at a carnival. And they're like,
As it appears on the screenwriting page.
they're like, we're gonna go in the thing ride,
Yes.
roller circle machine,
Ferris
wheel, and they're like, hey, do you hear the story of
Have you ever
The
heard this
fisherman.
tale of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
Plagueis,
the fisherman.
the fisherman?
What is it?
And they're like, no, what is it? And he's like, someone got killed with a hook. And they're like, oh, okay. And then they go and they talk to this 30-year-old kid. I guess he's supposed to be
Yes.
17. He's working at one of the booths, and
She wants a monkey.
she wants a monkey.
Win me a monkey.
And she
Small
wants
monkey, though.
her son to win it for her.
Her son.
Her daughter, her husband, her boyfriend to win it for her.
Are you my son or my boyfriend? I
Yes.
always get those two confused.
I'm both.
So after that,
They get attacked.
they get attacked by the fishermen, and they're like, "Oh my God!" So they start running through the carnival screaming, but no one's like really kind of paying attention to them.
No.
They're like, "Oh, there's kids running through a carnival."
Until
Until PJ gets up on
Souls?
the parking structure and is like, "Oh my God!"
Oh my God!
Somehow the fisherman teleported up to here. He's here now.
And then in a
Oh
similar
my God.
fashion to the guy in Battlefield Earth just launching himself out to destroy his ankles. Our skateboarder just flies off the friggin' building.
Gets himself impaled by a piece of farming equipment. Like
Which
an
I
idiot.
don't think was part of the planned prank.
Well, we don't know it was a prank. Thank you.
yeah,
Until
not
everyone
yet,
gets in the
yes.
parking lot. I'm
You're,
like,
you're
oh,
spoiling the movie for all
that
the
prank
people.
was great, guys. Where's
Great prank, bro.
PJ? And they're like, oh shoot. And then they're like, oh my God, he's dead.
Yeah, because they are having to say who moved the mattress.
Do you guys?
They said that?
Yet
Do you guys think?
you were talking about
Oh, I thought he
Paxson
just.
or something.
I thought he just fell off early.
No,
Who moved the mattresses?
they say who did move the mattress.
Do you guys think that's
So
at least a
that's-
little interesting gimmick that
What?
they did the prank and that's the reason why?
No,
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 no.
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 No, at least.
Well, all right. So
I
then they go to the woods. They trek into the woods.
Yeah.
Into a giant open field, and like, oh, we can't let anyone know about this. I'm like, dude, it's not the same.
You didn't really do
conundrum
anything.
And the conflict you have in the first.
And
I don't know
and
what
I'm
you
sorry,
did last summer.
Forgive me because it has been a while. As much as I remember growing up on it, in the first one they run someone over and then just hit and run.
No,
No.
they run him over and then they say, "Oh my God, let's if we leave him here and
Right, they
stuff."
dump him off the
so
dock.
they dump him into the ocean, but he was still alive because when he was being thrown into the water, he snatched. I think there was Jennifer Love Hewitt necklace. So Ryan Phillippe dives and to grab it, and he's still alive underwater. And then 1 year later, they start to receive I Know What You Did Last Summer.
But don't forget, you get to see Ryan Phillippe with a wet shirt on.
Yes.
Was that an exciting moment?
Although, I'm pretty sure that there is a scene where you see that he's not wearing anything underneath it, and then when it comes up out of the water, you see that he has undershirt.
Great.
Yeah. Maybe he picked it up underwater, because there's plenty of those.
You never know
Yes.
what you're going to find.
Yeah, I bet Teenage You came to that a lot, huh, you queer?
Okay. In the second movie,
Is it the same killer?
Ben Willis, yes, comes back to say, I know what you did 2 summers ago.
I still know.
Yeah. And
John,
it still doesn't
we've
work.
been through this.
Yes.
John, we've been through this before. What are you doing?
And so he follows them and tries to kill them again. And then with the help of his son, who goes with them to the Bahamas. But
What?
There was a whole...
Because it's Jennifer Love Hewitt's boyfriend, right?
I don't remember
yes,
that at
there
all.
was all a surprise.
Still, it's in fairness, that one's been 20 years.
At first, she wins a radio contest that they call her. And
But
they
who even
say,
listens to the radio anymore?
Yeah, very true. But in 1998, it was still pretty big. They
Still
say,
no
what is the
excuse.
capital of Brazil? She says the wrong capital, but she wins anyway. So they go to the Bahamas in the middle of winter or in the storm season, something like that.
That's her fault for being an idiot.
Yes. And this is the thing that is already wrong with this movie. Why is the fisherman upset with these kids? They have absolutely no relationship with... They only know of...
They are desecrating his legacy.
Yes.
By doing a stupid prank as him. But what pisses me off more is you don't have that explained.
No.
Or spoken of.
Right.
Oh, there's
You just-
one thing that pisses me off more than anything. I'm going to
We'll
wait
get
to
to that,
reveal it.
yes.
But my God, I
But
was so cheated.
In this one, you don't have the same moral quandary of,
No.
hey, he could have a family. People could be looking for him. They're going to worry what happened to him. They're never going to find his body. They're never going to have closure. He could still be alive. This one is like, oh, this dude willingly participated in a prank with us.
Yes,
was going to
it's
do a
strange.
stunt off a massive parking structure, whatever the building was, and took that risk. We weren't really at fault. We didn't chase him. The plan didn't go awry. It actually went to plan. He just...
I guess it is a bad hook.
But that's funny.
Yeah!
Could you get serious for 1 minute?
We now return to
MaJaMa.
But I guess the insinuation of who moved the mattress was the fisherman coming back and moving the mattress?
I guess.
Real quick, because I know you remember. I'm pretty sure the second one already tanked, but was the first one a critical hit?
Yeah.
Mostly it was good, right?
Mostly because there was one wrong trailer that it was, how could you say, in the literal sense correct but wrong. Because it was saying, from the writer of Scream. Now,
Kevin Williamson.
technically is correct because he did write the script. But it was based on a book, pre-existing material. But the way that they wrote from the writer of Scream, it looked like, oh, it's an original story from the writer of Scream. So they yanked it off, and if memory serves...
They yanked it off because they were going to get sued?
Yeah, because they say, well, this is you're actually not transparent with the audience.
I mean, technically it says from.
Sure. But
From
once
can mean
again,
a lot of things.
You know, there are more lawyers here than audiences.
He brought us the DVD.
But...
Thanks, Kevin.
I had...
That's funny.
I have the DVD of I Know What You Did Last Summer, which was actually yanked off the shelves because they have, by mistake, that trailer in it, in the supplementary material. The afternoon that it came out, they yanked it off the shelf and they reprinted with the correct trailer.
My God, that type of specificity is why someone would enjoy
And
the
that's
show.
why you show up at 10 a.m. at Tower Records when they open and they have the movie over there, and you get there at 10:05. So
you knew they were about to take it off the shelves.
No, I wanted to have it.
I knew that. I know visually to you guys the pants are on me, but Mateo's anecdote right now charmed the pants right off me. That's amazing. Matteo Molinari showing up to Tower Records just for pure movie nerd enthusiasm. Then he finds out, hold on a second, I've got the exclusive trailer that says that dumbass Kevin
No, you have to
Williamson,
understand,
like he could write anything.
In 1998,
Just a joke, screams godly.
there were probably 10 titles coming out per week on Tuesdays of DVDs.
You make another interesting point.
So-
It used to be Tuesdays. Now I feel like it's Fridays. Or is it still Tuesdays? I'm sorry. I might have thought of music as
Friday,
now
Friday's
It's-
movies
that's every
at
hour.
the theaters.
No, but Friday music switched from music releases. I know, and it could be wrong with DVDs. Music releases switched from Tuesdays to Fridays. Are DVD releases
DVDs
still Tuesdays?
were Tuesday. Well,
Still to this day?
I don't know if they're still releasing DVDs, but yes.
They're not releasing a DVD of Barbarian or a Blu-ray. You guys should write someone because we all want it.
Yes.
Matthew, I'm sorry. Get back to that synopsis.
I don't think that would never happen.
So, anyways, what happens is
What
that
will never happen?
this prank goes wrong. They, for some reason, decide to
they act like it's a huge thing that they all
yes,
did. So they're
as if they were all responsible
yeah,
for this
they
thing.
find a substitute till we take this to our grave. We
And
never
then they
talk
say,
about
yes,
this
we're-
again. They throw the hook away and they burn the clothes.
And then somehow
Is that the line from the first one? We take this to our grave?
We make a pact. Right here and now we take this to our grave.
their dogs
Jesus
killing each other
Christ.
outside.
I think there's a dog fight.
Yes.
Dog apocalypse outside.
And then 43 minutes of movie goes by.
It's so
by
bad.
with
Just like you regret having eyes. It's just so
Nothing.
gray and blue
Yes.
and
Well, Mateo
dark
is
and
right that I think it
white
took
people.
what other than our enticing and decent kill, it takes what about a solid 40 or so minutes to get one person
44.
killed.
44.
43.
And it's a neck slash.
Yeah, decent neck slash to be fair.
It's a neck slash.
Decent neck
It's
slash
a
to
neck
be
slash.
fair. A
Take your
decent.
top off.
Take your top off.
Take your top off.
What?
Take your top off.
The new Steam Pots and Joes. Check them out.
This is awesome.
This is awesome.
A decent neck slash, but holy cow, it does take 40 minutes. And then
But to get that angle with the hook, just to slash the neck without like
Yeah.
hooking
do you
into
have
the.
quick say anything else for synopsis? We get into breaking down this POS.
We just got to the first murder.
Right. Continue then.
Continue.
I don't know, man. They run around Colorado like assholes.
Yes. They just go, which actually was
they're
Utah
stalked.
apparently, but whatever.
Kelly McLaughlin trying to make a band.
And they go back on. And the movie is timed as in Independence Day, July 2nd, July 3rd, July 4th, because July 4th is the anniversary of the first incident.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
Mateo makes a
Hold
pretty...
on.
Okay.
So they run around town. There's a couple of them get killed. They get to the July 4th big thing. Everyone dies except for the main two. And then when they're being chased by the killer, they finally were able to rip the hat off, and it's revealed
And
that...
yes, because up till this point, you're trying to figure out who is the killer among the black characters.
I mean,
So at that point, we're trying to figure out who are the characters.
You can't
know?
discern one face from
No,
the other.
no,
A
Even
lot
the
of
men
whites.
and the women.
A lot of generic whites.
And
Midwest whites.
You're trying to figure out who is the killer because you're expecting it's under the umbrella of the I Know What You Did Last Summer story. And the surprise, surprise, it's a ghost.
There's no way.
And
I
it's
was
not
wildly
even
offended by that.
yes, and it's not even particularly.
Or a zombie.
Although,
Yeah.
I guess if I was to strain
But
to
he
be-
bleeds. He's like a demon.
Well, if I was to strain to be generous, it's that you make a very good point, which is that this is entirely detached from the lore. Why is he mad at these kids?
No, it's not.
So,
They base their prank off the original story of
no, but he's right that why would this guy be mad?
because he's pissed that they're desecrating his legacy.
Is that really what they're going with?
I mean, what other reason would there be?
Yeah, I mean,
But why don't they say why he's there
Yeah,
in Colorado?
and the director calls it a ghost
I think
in the commentary.
He did.
He says a ghost.
There's nothing they can do. They understand here that the guy's a ghost and that, they could be locked up, in a security cells in a police station and the guy could still materialize in the cell and kill them.
What an
so,
asshole.
surprise, surprise, I missed that scene. He just reveals a fucking glowing eyes.
What?
He just reveals glowing eyes when he pulls it
You
off.
missed that scene.
Is when he's get up from after they run him
No,
over.
you commented on that scene when we were watching
Yeah.
it. You said what? Why is
Dude,
it,
do you
why are his
understand
eyes
how
glowing red?
insane it is to build a third chapter off a movie that is defined by being a whodunit, who's under the mask, and you simply just have it be a glowing-eyed ghost that has nothing to do with anything?
Yeah.
That is insane. That is an insane thing to do. That's
just
like
watch
doing
it.
that's like doing Scream 2 and it's like, "Oh, it's just some ghoul who's pissed." Like, what would be the point? Scream is a whodunit.
Why you pissed, Ghoul?
My mind is blown by that.
We now return to MaJaMa.
Why did they make this? Where do we even begin? Although I will say, as is often the case, are we going to have a fun time watching these bad movies? To me, this had a air of kind of a Degrassi after-school cornball special with the teen drama, and I think that vibe helped to propel me through. However much trash we're going to talk about it, it was not the ungodly boredom of, say, of Blood of the Chupacabras.
Dear Coyote, come and breathe your last.
Michael?
With an asterisk.
Throw a couple on there.
Watching it, the three of us making jokes throughout the movie is one thing. The first time I saw
You watched it alone.
I was by myself.
What was that like?
I was...
There's no point, right?
No. I was just like watching and say, okay.
So to be fair, we
What a slog.
do watch these to hopefully have fun. And as terrible as this is, again, going to Blood of the Chupacabras, I could not stand Chupacabras. It was a slog. I had no fun with it. I think it may have been fun trashing it after, but the watching experience was terrible.
No.
So to give a little bit of credit, to me at least, this was a fun watch of a bad movie. Mateo, I know that the first time no, but do you guys agree that this time it was at least a fun bad watch?
No, it
No?
was bad.
He has
It was-
2 beer cans in himself, so that probably helped.
It's still, I feel like when we started, I already, I wasn't having them, but it's at least shitty fun. No, not at all.
It's just like
It's-
staring at cement.
It's a movie that is devoid of humor, which is fine.
That is true. We don't even get like a little
Nothing.
joke amongst
Absolutely
the friends,
nothing.
like a little hey.
There's a joke you missed that they're talking about that girl being a skank in the carousel.
Yeah, hilarious.
What about you, Zoe? I bet you got some dirty little secrets.
Yeah, I heard you suck in bed.
Someone says skank.
But then
Punch it up, boss.
there is nobody that is memorable. You don't know these guys. You have absolutely no idea who they are. You don't know their story. You don't know. There is nothing to make you invested in them.
There's not even the attempt to make you care,
Right.
Or the attempt to make you give them anything to distinguishable.
Right, exactly. I mean, there is absolutely nothing. And on top of that,
I know it sounds boring to you.
What? No.
and once again, I understand that coming on, I think there was 3 weeks before they started principal photography, so he had to rush through pre-production. The director has a larger amount of work on television and music videos than on movies.
That makes a lot of sense.
Exactly.
Is your arm okay? I'm there.
There's a killer on the roof!
And you see there are a lot of those flashy vistas and the clouds that they go fast and then they stop and then there are
Then
the
again,
shadows.
I think a lot of 13 Ghosts and
Yes.
Blair Witch 2.
Coming to a feature after a lot of music video work. What is this, Electric Dreams with Steve Barron?
I thought you were going to make a semen joke.
No, just a connection to... Man, I sure hated Electric Dreams. Was this or Electric Dreams less enjoyable?
This.
Okay.
Yes. At least the Electric Dreams has music. That was pleasant.
At least Electric Dreams has color.
it has color. But this one has something like 12.5 of songs, none of them memorable.
Well, Matthew said...
Except for Katy Perry's performance.
There's Katy Perry's legendary performance.
Hum the song that she was singing.
Matthew...
oh, you knew.
Yeah.
Sometimes in these episodes, I like to lash on to little things that, you know, are interesting to me. And Matthew made the comment that this has a lot of Blair Witch 2 vibes. But Matteo, talking about your comment about the utterly generic and forgettable music, it does a lot when we start off Blair Witch 2 with a Marilyn Manson song. It feels different, and it gives you a sense of, like we talk about with Shark Attack 3 versus an Asylum one, it's more of an actual movie, even if it's a bad one. I think that starting off Blair Witch 2 with the Manson's Disposable Teens, kind of right off the bat, like at least this is something different, a bit elevated. Every
oh God,
aspect,
they have money, thank God.
That's exactly what it was, though. Every aspect of this feels just friggin'
Just get it done.
cheap.
Just get it done. Just shoot it and get it done.
Now, you said this was, of course, direct to DVD.
Yes.
Really? Yeah.
I mean, the history once, but I don't know how.
How will history remember?
No, I don't know how true this was, but apparently this one was stuck in development hell.
Sorry.
This got stuck in development hell.
Ew, man, why are you doing it like that? Ew, why you look at me when you're doing that?
Every time it feels like it's going to leak out.
Ew.
Let it leak out is less disgusting than what you did last summer.
I know how you sucked that straw last summer.
Apparently, the original script, they were kicking it around
was worse than this?
In the year 2000, and it was a direct sequel to I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, apparently again with Jennifer Love Hewitt and Freddie Prinze set to reprise their roles.
What are you waiting for, huh? What are you waiting for?
Then they tossed that script and they came up with this after 6 years.
Why? Answer that question.
Money.
Yeah, but it didn't make any and it didn't do anything.
I'm sure that on home video did decent enough.
Especially at this time, too. People were still stupid as hell.
Yes, and especially, you know, you still recognize, it's still a name that is recognizable.
The blonde women on the front, I don't know which one is our protagonist.
Yeah.
And there's also, there's 3 women. Obviously, there's the one punk rock girl. There's the boyfriend at the end.
Oh, you know, I showed up today, and second I saw this cover, I was like, wow, we are in for something.
I mean, that's the...
Everything about that cover is unremarkable.
Who is this girl?
I don't know. I think that is the same...
Okay, gun to your head. Who is that girl?
I don't know.
Ferris wheel girl. I bet you it's the
one of the Ferris wheel girls?
I bet you it's the Ferris wheel girl sitting across from them on the Ferris wheel. What he knows might kill you. What does he know?
There's no words for how much of a cop... Why is the ghost after them?
And it was supposed to be titled The Hook, which they left in the back.
Why is this supernatural being after
This
them?
was supposed to be called Hook or the first
The Hook, this one.
Hey.
That's why the synopsis in the end, it ends with, will they survive the hook?
Oh, they couldn't even be bothered to write a new synopsis?
No.
Why?
Why bother?
Why was this supernatural being mad at these group of teens?
I told you.
Yeah, they desecrated his memory.
That's really what they're going with.
What else could it be?
Yeah.
Can you not do this now?
Why
did they say that?
Why would he show up in Colorado from Maryland?
Or wherever he was, yes.
Matteo, what do you think is the reason behind the decision to switch to a supernatural being versus the whodunit reveal that is so integral to the DNA of the first two?
Connective tissue to the first two.
And because it's easier.
Really? Like just simply just...
Where'd he go?
Because
you got to write less smart.
It really feels like one of the most jaw-dropping decisions I've ever seen. If this was just a shoddy straight to DVD, okay, but it's the very DNA
it's
is
not
that
a shoddy straight to DVD.
But I'm saying, dude, the whole thing is the classic reveal. It's if they did a Scream, again,
Yes.
we've expressed disappointment in how after 6 movies that you don't really, it's not an emotional punch of the reveal. It's like, oh, that character was that character's brother. But still, you maintain the mask off whodunit. It's mind-blowing to take away that aspect because why is the whole film is like, oh, this person was here in the boathouse and killed him. It couldn't have been then. So who
but
is
it's
it?
one thing if after the fact they'd be like, oh, okay, let's theorize why the ghost came after us.
Yeah.
As opposed to just like, wait, what? Who is it? Where?
The thing
where
is that
why is his eyes glowing
you
red?
never know. I mean, you never realize it's a ghost until the end, the very end. Up to the point, yes, he vanishes, he jumps.
But then she's still able to throw him into a
yes,
piece of,
or hurt him with the hook.
Yeah, like he's squirting black blood and he gets ground up at the end in a sort of a wood chipper.
Yeah.
So he's flesh and blood.
But is he? Because there is a not post credit gag, but there is a. One year later, they were setting up something else.
But look, it seems like a basic misstep of the fiber of the franchise because, for instance, in Agatha Christie,
I know her.
If you do that, it's a ghost. Would not that ruin the fight? Like it's a murder mystery.
Yeah,
so
of
if you
course.
do, it's a ghost with no motivation, or okay, it does. You guys say it's the legacy desecration. But if you do an Agatha Christie where the mask off reveals a ghost, it's like, this wasn't what an Agatha Christie is.
What's wrong with you?
So to me, that's
I don't know what Agatha Christie is.
I mean, that's true. But also,
this is the same.
It just makes it easier to write.
One, yes, so you don't have to have a motivation, you don't
Or
have
a
to
clever
connect,
mystery.
yes, or backstories whatsoever.
Uncovering the secrets and clues.
This is the exact same disappointment that masses have experienced when they went to watch in droves. They went to watch Troll, and then they went to watch Troll 2 that does not feature any troll.
So damn confusing.
Yes. And I remember people, with pitchforks, let's go to the director. Not really.
Someone had to do
but
something.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Come on back.
We now return to MaJaMa.
But it's just like you take the other famous story, Silent Night, Deadly Night. The first 3 are somehow connected. Actually, the second one is the first movie and a few scenes extra.
That's how you do it.
Yes.
Like Evil Dead 2.
The third one, it's connected, and the other 2 are just like under the umbrella of Silent.
At least you got Mickey Rooney.
Yes, the 5th one. This one, you know what it is? In a much worse, lower, horrible genre, but as a number 3. This is Halloween 3.
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
You're watching the first 2 Halloween, great movies with a monster and stuff like that. You go to see Halloween 3 expecting again Michael Myers coming back, and yet you find the story that is completely different with witches and the Stonehenge and everything. So, and that is on an upper scale. It is much better because at least Halloween 3 needs to be reevaluated because on its own,
it's great.
It's a good movie. It's a fun movie. Clearly, if you compare it with the 2 predecessors, you say, and so that's why they went back to.
One thing I wanted to ask Mick how he felt. I think we got onto it on the episode. I wanted to ask Mick how he felt about Halloween 3 because I do feel like it's earned its place as, for a lot of people, one of the favorites, if not the favorite.
How about Halloween Ends?
That's a whole thing unto itself.
Second one?
No, that's the Corey Fest.
Halloween Kills as Evil Die Tonight.
Evil dies tonight!
Hey Jane, how's your daughter doing? Evil dies tonight.
Evil dies tonight!
No, I'm just getting some pancakes for the kids. Evil dies tonight.
Evil dies tonight!
Matthew,
Evil dies tonight!
what did you think
He's gonna die tonight.
about our protagonists? Do you remember a single one of them? And if you had a gun to your head, could you tell me, this is not a joke, guys, this is going to sound like a joke. If you had a gun to your head and loved ones in your lives depended on it, could you name the name of one of our 4 protagonists? There were 4, right? Matthew, this is not a joke. This is serious. I'm going to ask you next. No joke. Even though it's going to sound funny, can you name the name of one protagonist?
Yes. Colby. The Jake Busey. Jake Busey.
For sure? It was Colby?
100%, because Colby Jack Cheese.
Colby?
Okay, so you can't use Colby. Can you name another protagonist?
PJ.
Yeah? I actually remember that because I said Souls. Shout out to Halloween.
You said that when we were having the episode discussion.
All right. Well, they did it.
I want to say
a Randy, but I'm probably completely
okay. Okay. You guys both said
the suicide
males.
kid.
No, that's PJ.
Okay, I got it.
No, Randy is the one who dies, maybe.
Which one?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna stump you
during a prank.
You guys
no,
both
that's
said
PJ.
men.
That's the skateboard.
PJ.
What is the name of our blonde?
one?
Roger.
What is the name of our blonde protagonist? The lead.
Blonde protagonist, the lead.
What is our lead's name?
Peyton.
A genuine
Lacey.
question.
Peyton or Lacey.
Or Sarah Band.
Or Churtlebump.
Where's that from?
What?
Sarah Band.
Sarah Band is a term.
Right.
Of it, just like a carnival, kind of like music and stuff.
What?
Nothing.
You couldn't say the blonde girl's name if your life depended on it.
No.
I just said.
Yeah, it's Lindsay
Wagner.
Galufa.
Linz Laurel Galufa.
Yes, Lindsay Laura Galufa.
Don't worry about if this straight-to-DVD sequel is going to pop off. We've got Linz Laurie Galufa in the lead role, baby, and you know...
And it's Lindsay Laura Galufa Cunningham.
Linz Laura Galufa Cunningham
when
is a
she
new
was,
Meryl Streep.
When the nurse presented the newborn baby, say, how do you like to call it? Lindsay Laura Galufa.
I know a name.
What's her name?
A name.
No. What are you talking about?
Her name it starts with A?
Yeah.
Andy.
Aubrey.
And Aubrey. Angela. Argyle. Antarctica. Asshole. Aorta.
Australia.
Amber. I don't remember.
Nope.
Amber, hey.
What about the rocker chick?
Zoe.
Okay,
I remember
Zoe.
Zoe looks like this other actress.
This movie is how Matthew used to dress when he was in high school.
Probably even
dress with
afterwards.
celluloid?
A little about us. Matthew had a lot of these type of clothes. It's very embarrassing, genuinely, to look back on it. If we can find you guys a picture, everyone's going to laugh.
I'll look very hard for those.
You know, he had
You
braces.
work or you look?
I'll look very hard for those.
Thank you.
How did you go to school knowing that you were, without irony, rocking a shell necklace?
It was more so, I think, after probably senior year.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes it better or worse.
Wait, in your school, did they allow shorts?
Shorts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
They didn't allow you to wear shorts?
No.
Did you have uniforms?
No, but...
you couldn't show your ankles?
No.
Oh.
You got through high school without glaring at your female classmates in short shorts? My God, that's the only thing that got me through.
Also, we were only an all-male school,
Oh.
so, you know, it's fine.
How did you get through school as an all-male school? My God, that was the only fucking way.
Actually, the year I got out in 1984, the following year they started...
What are these creatures walking around?
No, they started to admit also girls in my school.
Once you left?
Yes, of course.
You think they were just waiting for you?
All right, Molinari's gone. It's finally safe now.
Coincidence?
Shrunk him in.
Nope. So yeah. Let's talk about the best, not best, but the stupidest scene in the movie is.
Stop looking at me when you do that, man. It's gross.
Colby is also a
lifeguard.
Lifeguard, yes. And he comes back to his tower and he looks down, and he finds.
Oh.
written in water on the concrete that is evaporating.
A physical impossibility.
Meaning that that should have been the first and only clue that the ghost was a ghost, because
I guess if you think about it being done by a ghost, it makes sense. But if it was a human,
but that up to that point,
those were the only script notes on the first draft. All right, I guess if you think about it, a ghost makes sense. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. No, because up till that point, we're still thinking that we are in reality. And
I didn't know where I was.
Yeah, well, yes, you're on the couch.
Yeah,
at least that.
Me.
But
why did they do this?
So we could have this episode.
That's probably the best explanation why.
Yeah. I heard.
I forgot about the water writings. There's also a lot of notes left. An out of focus note at one point.
A lot of shots are out of focus.
It's out of focus.
And she receives the message, I know what you did last summer 50 times, which is blatantly superimposed on the cell phone.
You know how much that would have cost in 2006?
Probably, yes.
But also the fact, like, the tagline, new summer, new secret, new slaughter. Like, what's the secret? Like,
and what the summer is the drabbest summer ever.
Yeah. It just looks awful, like just flat Midwest.
No, it looks like that they completely forgot to do color correction.
Yeah.
It just like...
Okay, so I found it. The director of photography is Stephen M. Katz, ACS. So in the tradition of F.U. Todd Barron, if you're a Room fan, Stephen M. Katz, you failed in a way that is not even able to be expressed with words.
But M stands for missing eyes.
Yeah, I think it says it on his birth certificate after they were plucked out, because this movie looks like...
Oh, a woman directed this.
Oh, that doesn't... It says Sylvian White.
No. It says...
Sylvian?
IMDb says Jennifer Caton Robinson.
Well, I got bad news. It says Sylvian White. So what's actually going on here?
Oh, my bad. This is I Never Forget. What's I Never Forget What You Did Last Summer?
No, there's not a fourth. There's not a fourth.
Oh, my God.
Wait a second. What is this? What did we just discover?
Jennifer Love Hewitt and Freddie Prinze Jr. pre-production expected July 18th, 2025.
Did we just find an exclusive in the middle of taping the show? Matthew, are you telling me that you just found out that the OGs are coming back for a threequel? An official threequel?
That's what I'm telling you.
This was your idea! What?
Hey!
Hopefully ignoring completely what happened this time.
Although it's funny because the picture is of, I always know, it's a very cumbersome title.
Yes.
It's a lot to say.
It doesn't, yeah.
Wait, they're doing a third one for next year?
Fourth.
I mean, we're not counting this one.
Plus the series.
Right. So technically fifth.
There is a series?
If you could, yes.
Was it?
It's called
good?
I Know What You Did Last Spring, going into summer, and then probably there's a little bit of fall. It's a very long title
I almost
also.
believed you with the spring for a second. Wait, when did the series come out?
A couple of years ago. I think it was like MTV.
Yeah, because
around the time
did
MTV
Scream,
was doing the Scream series, yeah.
I heard the Scream series was actually pretty good.
And they did Scream Queen also.
Yes. I heard that was pretty fun too.
Yeah.
It was an accident.
What are you looking up?
No, don't worry about it, man.
Why is this happening, man? Matteo, what technique was used to make this look like poop? To make this look like a after-school special reenactment on a ghost show shot with $5?
It does look like a really poorly done ghost story show recreation.
Yeah.
Reenactment segment.
You really think it's that easy?
It
Just the look and the
what did they
color
do to
grading.
get that effect?
They forget color correction, or they decide for whatever reason to go with the color correction drab.
He killed himself.
We now return to MaJaMa.
Stephen M. Katz worked on the Blues Brothers.
What?
And Baby Geniuses as a cinematographer.
Wow.
Well, the Blues Brothers has a great cinematography.
Wait, are you
Maybe
telling
he was
me
already dead?
Blues Brothers has this cinematographer?
Yeah.
That's what you're telling me? Mateo, how do you respond to that as a viewer of the Blues Brothers 30 times?
Which, more than that, but probably in 36 years, you lose a little bit of your ability, I guess.
Fine.
That's an interesting factoid.
Wow, that's a hell of a fact.
I guess it's also interesting, like I think the director of the beloved A Christmas Story also didn't do that many movies, and the other ones were pretty bad. And I know that because I feel like we were looking up the director of some terrible movie, and he was also it. But I don't know it at the moment.
Wow, that's a very great factoid. A director that I don't remember really made a movie that I don't know which one is
Well,
that.
just the fact that he was behind the iconic and beloved and endlessly immortal A Christmas Story, but he also had a not stellar repertoire other than that.
Whatever.
And Matthew, how do you feel as a giant fan of the first one about this? You know?
Why you calling me out like that?
Because you really liked the first one.
How do you know that? You don't know that.
No, you watched
But he know what you did last summer.
He said that you were...
he knows.
Of course I like it, but I'm not a huge fan of it.
No, you don't like it.
What?
Siska and Ebert hated the first one.
Did they?
Yes.
How come?
They said it was stupid.
I don't want it to be like this anymore.
I watched the first one maybe 2-3 years ago for a rewatch, and it really felt, I mean,
great.
Still, no, really felt dated.
Yeah.
Really? How come?
Well, I mean, it's from 20 years ago.
Scream doesn't.
I mean, Scream feels dated of its time
No.
too, but it feels
No, it doesn't.
It's
No, it
smart
doesn't.
and it's satire and it's the dissection enough where you're like, okay, this is something different. I mean, it's not, the OG isn't bad, of course. It has its place in horror history.
Yeah.
It just felt definitely like, oh damn, this feels like 90s.
And also, at the end of that, at the end of the first one, they chop the hand of Ben Willis with a chain, I think, that is holding the hook. In fact, in the second one, he has a kind of like a stump. Here, he has hands. Apparently, when you are a ghost, you...
Growing back, probably.
It seems like one of the dumbest decisions ever to make our iconic whodunit killer into a ghost. And in fact, as much as I felt a little bit of at the last two Screams, not entirely. I do like Radio Silence's directorial style, but it almost makes it feel like at least you guys, like, can you imagine if at the end of Scream 5 it was like, it's a specter? It'd be like, what? That's not what this series is.
This is the equivalent of, it was all a dream.
Yeah.
This reminded me of, have you guys seen Cry Wolf?
Yes.
It reminds me very much
Mask?
of Cry Wolf. Orange
Ski Mask? Orange Ski Mask. Yeah, we saw it back in the day.
Yeah, it's one we watched endlessly as kids just because my group of friends growing up, we were just always pranking each other. But it's kind of more so like, it's not great, but obviously it's kind of what they tried to do with this, where it's like, okay, there's at least a mystery. All the kids are messing with each other, so you don't know if it's another prank or if it's actually part of another murder.
Yeah, I guess.
And it just seems like this just failed on all cylinders of just delivering the most basic subpar plot and movie and look.
Throughout the movie, except for the part of the water written I Know What You Did, they simply say, oh, what happens, what happens, what happens, what happens?
Hey, what happened?
But there is nothing so outrageous that makes you think, okay, this is a human cannot do it, and then at the end they can say, oh, it was a ghost.
Yes.
Oh, now I get it.
Funny enough,
maybe not like this.
The way he's jumping around in the beginning when you know it's a dude in the costume during the prank is like, wait, how is he moving that fast?
Yes.
How is he up in the parking structure? How is
it
he
looked like that there are two of them also, yes.
But there's just no point because...
I mean, yeah. Just stop right there.
No, but just on a basic level, this is a murder mystery. To make it just a supernatural being, like Mateo said, there's no motivation towards this particular group of teens. Look,
I mean, if
it's the most offensive thing about this, because anything else is just a bad movie. That's just like, that fact makes it not able to exist.
If they were doing more investigation throughout the plot, though, then I'd be more pissed. about it, but there's just nothing.
How about that girl's belt?
They're not digging any deeper into it.
How about that girl's belt?
All I
man?
can think of is
This
Luke
wide.
and Han running through the Death Star with the Stormtrooper belt still attached after they removed the uniform. It's just massive, man.
Yes.
That's some Hot Topic.
How about that song they're practicing? Jesus, God.
Yeah, everything is.
You know, this was very, very bad, but because we've had episodes where I was tormented by the bad movie, I will still say that I think it was a fun, bad vibe to watch. So we talked about that a lot. I did
With other people.
Again, yes.
Not by yourself.
Very true, because Mateo had the misfortune of watching this the first time solo.
Survived it, man.
I was young.
Well, to that point, did you have more fun today with us watching?
Oh, absolutely.
Right? Better.
Yes.
You're drunk.
Oh, I'm self-medicating. You want some?
So, I would say that it did kind of hit a sweet spot with buddies. I think it would be torturous alone. I do think it's an utter piece of crap, and I'm utterly shocked by the supernatural aspect because it just feels like you're disrespected or
No, you're
split
cheating.
off from.
You're cheating.
Yeah.
Again, it's like a James Bond that it's
doing Jaws, and Jaws 3, all of a sudden the shark is a ghost.
Yeah, I don't like it, man.
That's what happened in Jaws 3?
Yes.
Oh, I should watch it.
Yeah. It crashes through glasses.
I guess my question is, do you guys think it would be insane if they literally were like, look, I don't know who the mask reveal would be, so it's a ghost? Like, if that was actually said in the writing process, that would be insane.
I think their logic was like, we can't get any of the original stars back. We want to use the actual name, obviously, and we want to use the character. So how do we do that? Do we just do a reboot? Do we just do that he's killing other people? Why would we do that?
Dude, what were the kills? I remember the throat, and that's it.
There are 6.
I don't remember
aside from the kid who dies by himself.
But like half it's like
the first is the
throat's at least
the
a
hook
decent
to the
effect.
to the throat. Then there is the black lady. She is also hooked on the balcony.
Black lady.
The black hair
You know
lady.
this
I'm sorry.
cast was all white.
There is the
Endless whites, just whites everywhere.
the sheriff who gets
in the shoulder. You don't even get to see anything.
Yeah, exactly.
And the dude Colby in the pool, he gets his ankle nicked with the hook, and then the killer stops and lets him run away. Why?
Yes.
I thought that was gonna be like, oh, I got away, but I'm actually the killer. I'm
Yes.
working with another guy, and this is gonna make me look good.
You thought it was the sheriff. What an ignorant fool you were.
Who'd you think it was?
I'm just saying,
But
I
then
had no
they kill
idea.
him. He kills him through the door, the glass door of the kitchen. And then there is the vice sheriff who gets impaled.
That's the only good death.
And then there is
On the forklift.
Yes.
Right.
He gets it up the taint.
Well, that sounds
On
cool.
the forklift.
Wish
Taint.
I remembered that.
Forklift.
And then there is the ghost. So
His
there
death.
are 5 actually death, not 6.
Oh yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Was it a ghost? Major misstep.
How else can you bring back Billy Loomis?
One of the biggest missteps.
Yes.
Where was Skeet Ulrich? Where was Skeet?
Home wondering why did he do Touch?
Touch?
Yes, it's another movie that he made. I have the laser disc.
I'm not surprised by that.
Maybe, at least to us, the cluster F around Scream 7 dragging it down was a good idea. Or not a good idea, but a nice circumstances, because you know what's going to happen? Matthew Lillard was in talks. They're going to bring back Stu, who died. So you know what's going to happen, Mateo? We're going to get a ghost Stu in Scream 7.
Ghost Stu?
One of the most beloved
you already got
characters
Ghost,
ever.
Ghost Billy.
Yeah.
But at least we can say this about this movie. No matter how bad this movie was, it seems like Matthew Lillard is a really great guy in real life. You know?
Yeah.
Seems very fan-friendly.
Yeah.
Very like a sweetheart that cares about his fans. So at least that. We can take small solace in that.
What happened to us?
Let's express our feelings by throwing pieces of paper.
Honestly, I can't be bothered. It's just...
Yeah, you know what, Matthew? I'm going to give the 1, 2, 3,
It doesn't deserve...
4, 5 the highest because, guys...
They didn't put work into
There's
this.
nothing here. And we usually could say that about a bad movie, but it feels like they didn't work, and I think that Mateo's right. The ghost angle is the laziest thing ever. Mateo, you agreeing with me here?
Yep.
Yep. Terrible. Terrible, not without its fun to watch with your friends. So guys, if you're out there, I want you to get some beloved friends. You watch this, but don't you dare do what this man did and watch it solo. It's going to be a terrible time.
You're going to lose your friends.
You know?
I watched solo with you guys.
You did, and I actually stick by the fact that I
too.
had fun. Here's Jason's two ones that stick out like a broken thumb, Solo and The Flash. I went in with no preconceived notions and I had fun while the rest of the world hated them. Chew on that, America.
MaJaMa.
Guys, thanks for coming back for episode number 2 of our Spooktacular Season 5 episode binge. You can see we've got our cute little cups here and some Halloween stuff in the background, meaning that that is why we're here. It's fun. It's fun for them to know that.
No, they know it. Just stop calling. It's weird.
We don't have those. You didn't see the cup. But I want you to come back next week because
subtlety, man.
We're going to have movie number 3. It's going to be blah, 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 blah. It's going to be a follow-up to a much-beloved iconic classic that is not so iconic this time around. You're going to wonder what that is. But it's going to be back next week. So from our couch to yours, happy Halloween. And that was undeniably a jam. Remember when I couldn't get the water out of that straw?
Yes, it's disgusting.
It's disgusting.
MaJaMa.
Evil dies tonight!